Hello everyone, this is Yoko. On this channel, I feel that information about what is happening in China is often not correctly conveyed to countries other than China, so I will be disseminating the information I have gathered in English. I'm getting information from multiple media, so I'd be happy if you could comment on the content of the video. Also, my native language is not English, so I use an AI speaker to create the voice to convey the information correctly. If you like it, please subscribe to the channel and support us. This time I will talk a little about the security in China, but in the second half I will talk about the medical industry in China. This is the content that has been attracting attention recently on SNS. Rumors are circulating in Dalian about delays in paying police salaries. On July 31st, the government of Dalian will pay the salary for August late. So information sharing is being planned and a call is being made to prevent the credit score of the individual from declining. In China, civil servants' salaries were often delayed or reduced. However, it is customary for salaries of organizations involved in maintaining public order to be paid preferentially. In other words, the delay in paying salaries to police officers suggests a financial strain. Considering that Dalian is economically prosperous and financially affluent, it means that local governments are in a serious financial situation. It is doubtful whether this information is correct information because SNS is the source of information. In China, it is not uncommon for civil servants to be delayed in their salaries, and police salaries may actually be delayed, but there is also the possibility that information is being controlled. In any case, it is a big problem that the salary of the department related to maintaining public order is delayed. China's medical industry is in turmoil. After doing research going back 20 years, I found that there is quite a bit of opaque money flow in China's medical industry. Even in China, the amount of money flowing into the medical industry is huge, but it is difficult for an outsider to judge whether the flow of money is legitimate due to the high level of expertise. It can be said that the Chinese medical industry has become a kind of unknown existence. A policy was set out to thoroughly investigate any illicit flow of money, and to recover any illicit accumulation of wealth by the government. This is also one of the policies of the Xi Jinping administration. The government's investigation is underway from 2022, and it is attracting attention because it has become even more severe since July this year. Illegal money transactions in Chinese hospitals include handing key money to doctors before surgery. For example, there used to be a situation in which the patient paid the doctor a key money before undergoing surgery, but it is now very strictly regulated, so it seems to be rarely seen in places like Shanghai. However, there may be areas where this practice has not yet been improved. The results of an investigation going back 20 years, which has recently become a problem, are not about the key money from the patient, but about a much larger amount of fraud. It is about the construction of hospitals and the purchase of medical equipment used in hospitals. The price of expensive medical equipment can reach 100 million yen. And medical equipment is a world where huge amounts of money move. If an illegal kickback occurs in such a situation, the amount will be enormous. In addition, the opaque flow of money related to the purchase of pharmaceuticals is also seen as a problem, and when these are combined, it will be a huge amount. Fraud in the construction of hospitals and the purchase of medical equipment and medicines will be thoroughly investigated going back 20 years. By the way, I will also tell you about bribery regarding medical equipment. This is the case in Yunnan province. A hospital in Yunnan has purchased medical equipment. The device was originally priced at 15 million yuan, but the actual amount paid was more than 35.2 million yuan. The difference is 16 million yuan. This difference is the amount paid as a bribe. Such fraud is believed to have been carried out widely in various parts of China, and it is highly likely that many cases will be exposed through investigations. However, even investigating fraudulent activities 20 years ago could be difficult because many of the people involved are members of the Communist Party. Circumstances in the medical industry are also complicated, so investigations may be difficult. Also, Since there are different factions within the Communist Party, exposing past wrongdoings can lead to the downfall of influential figures in the industry and weaken the factions where wrongdoings are discovered. If such a movement begins, past frauds may come to light, not only in the medical industry. By the way, here's a 20-year-old fraud investigation in Inner Mongolia as part of a political campaign. In the case of Inner Mongolia, more than 1,000 people were caught and more than 62.8 billion yuan of funds were recovered. With examples like this, a thorough investigation of medical misconduct across China over the course of 20 years is expected to be a difficult investigation, but it can be expected that the results will be even greater if a model case of accepting bribes to purchase expensive medical equipment becomes clear. There is a high possibility that other hospitals will do the same. As research progresses and know-how accumulates, a better understanding of market prices for medical equipment will likely emerge, and illegal sums are likely to be bribed. Those who have committed fraud within the healthcare industry are terrified that their deeds may be exposed. People who were previously big money hoarders are now intimidated, and they may not only have been hoarders, but they may also be influential people within the industry. Fraudsters can lose their influence within the industry by losing their connections. By the way, in China, Communist Party organizations are involved in every industry, so the medical industry is the same. For example, there is a Communist Party organization in the hospital, and the cadres are enrolled. They hold hospital staff positions and Communist Party cadre positions. If investigated, the person may lose not only his position as a hospital employee, but also his power as a Communist Party cadre. There are different factions within the Communist Party, so political implications will also have to be considered. Some people may fear that the downfall of their boss will affect their careers, while others may be eyeing the ousted person's position. Since it is difficult to completely hide information, the possibility of information leakage should also be considered. It is also conceivable that information will be leaked to eliminate rival forces. In the future, it is expected that the scope of the survey will expand to include retired people in the Chinese medical industry. Depending on the investigation, similar to the case of Inner Mongolia, there may be cases in the medical industry in which more than 1 trillion yen of illegally accumulated wealth is recovered. Similar moves could spread to other areas as governments recover illicit wealth. Because the Chinese government is facing financial difficulties, if a just cause can be obtained, similar investigations can be conducted in other areas to recover the funds. The weakening of the Communist Party by internal strife may be beneficial to the world as a whole. I hope that there will be a wider movement to retroactively investigate fraud not only in the medical industry but also in various other industries. By the way, there is a reason why the number of years is 20 years. Since this is a topic related to China's historical background, I will omit the details, but the period of 20 years is not an arbitrarily chosen number. If similar surveys were to be conducted in other industries, they would go back 20 years. That's all for now. See you next time.